hanging out at the VIP Lounge brought to you by OfferVault, MaxBounty, and Ringba. And we got a real special treat, the CEO of MaxBounty, Matt McEvoy. How are you doing today, Matt?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Are you enjoying the conference so far?
Yeah, no, it's been really good, really busy. Affiliate Summit's always really good for us. There's so many of our current clients that come here. It's, the kickoff to the year. Seems that, everybody we work with is here, plus people we don't. So it's always a great show for us. Catch up with old friends and, meet
make new friends.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah. What would you say is what is your favorite conference to attend?
Affiliate Summit is definitely one of my favorites, especially this show. Because there are so many of our current clients, it's really good to connect with those people. We also do the Affiliate World shows, and I always like those, but those tend to be almost more of a new business for us. We find a lot of new clients because the geography is different. We're going; those are in Spain and in Bangkok. So we tend to find clients that we don't typically interact with. Where here we see a lot of the guys that we already do.
You see familiar faces.
Exactly, or people that have been in the industry forever. I've been in the industry for 14 years. So
14 years?
There's a lot of people I know, and a lot of people that work for new companies, and you get intros to great offers, great opportunities. So this is one of my favorites for sure.
So you just mentioned that you've been in the industry for 14 years. Can you just give us a little bit of background of how you got started?
Yeah. So. Frank, I kind of fell into the industry. I in my previous life, when I finished college, I started working for MBNA, which is Bank of America. I was in their sales department, very corporate, and it was a good job, but I knew I didn't want to be in that kind of finance for the rest of my life. Right. So I started looking for something new, and I came across a job posting for an affiliate marketing company. Advertising position, sales position. So I started with the two original founders of MaxBounty. At the time, we were 5 people, in one room. So that's how I started, and then I really started to gain a passion for the industry. Did a lot of independent learning, and really from there we've grown the business massively. Things have changed. JP and Steve, who founded MaxBounty, they sold their stake and exited a couple years ago. I took over as CEO at that point. So a lot has changed in now nearly 16 years in the industry and MaxBounty. That's how I started.
That's a great story. You got it on the ground floor just because you were looking for a job, and now because the first company was MaxBounty, right? That's where you started, and now he's the CEO. So I think that's a pretty good and inspirational story for anyone out there who is just getting started in this industry. You work hard. Believe in yourself. You're passionate about what you do. The possibilities are endless. So let's talk more about MaxBounty for those out there that are unfamiliar. Can you just give us a quick rundown?
Yeah. So MaxBounty, we're a CPA network. We currently run over 2,500 different campaigns through about 30,000 affiliates. Our campaigns range pretty much every vertical, everything from market research to brand, big branded offers. We work with Booking.com, Airbnb, Norton, McAfee. A lot of the big market research companies as well: Ipsos Reid, Lightspeed, Survey Sampling International. So all those campaigns are run by our affiliate base. Our affiliate base is pretty diverse as well. We have everything from media buyers that are buying Facebook traffic, contextual, native, to emailers, and even just straight site placement, search guys. So it's in there. So we offer a really good mix, not only for our affiliates, that there are so many campaigns they could possibly run, but also for our advertisers, we offer a really diverse pool of affiliates and targets.
Nice. So diverse on both ends. It's covering a lot of ground, a lot of different aspects.
Exactly.
That's really cool. And currently, what are some trends that you're noticing in the space right now?
For us, there's one of the things that we've always focused on is not only longevity for our company, but longevity for the industry. And if you look back 15 plus years ago, what our campaign base looked like, very different than what it's looking like today.
Right.
Today we're working with a lot of the big blue chip brands. A lot of these companies are coming into the space, and one of the things that we focus on is trying to bring these advertisers into this environment. Because our thought and my belief is that bringing in these bigger brands, it not only legitimizes the space, but it creates more longevity it's more sustainable. It's not just the hot campaign that is going to be here for a month, and then you got to find something new. These are relationships that we're growing and fostering. So one of the big trends that I see is that continuing entrance of these big brands into this space.
Right. So long-term thinking, not because you don't get caught up with you want to have short-term and long-term goals, obviously.
Sure.
Always keeping your eye on the big picture, pretty much. Longevity is key for that.
And I think that's one of the big reasons, among others, why we're still here 16 years later. And there are a lot of companies that aren't. We've always focused on sustainable traffic sources, sustainable affiliates, and try to, as much as possible, have these sustainable campaigns that continue. Because the more that these companies come into our space, others will follow.
Right.
And that trend is one that I see continuing, and one we're pushing to make sure it does continue.
Helping to grow the industry.
That's the idea. Yeah.
And now, thinking back to when you just got started in the industry, and for all the newcomers now entering the industry, what would be the best piece of advice that you could offer those just getting started?
From the affiliate perspective, I think it's really important to do a lot of independent learning. Do a lot of research.
Okay.
It's not easy. You're not. Of course, people come into this industry, and sometimes they find lightning in a bottle, and they make tons of money really easily buying traffic. But usually that's not the norm, right? You got to start slow, and kind of build up, and always be learning, because this industry is always changing.
Right.
So I think it's important to there are a lot of training courses out there, but really this industry is not it shouldn't be viewed as a get rich quick. Work from home and get rich quick kind of scheme. It's one that you got to put a lot of effort in, and realize that when you're starting, that you've got to incrementally grow your business. But I would say as well, people, advertisers getting into the space, I think it's important for them to align themselves with the right companies, companies like MaxBounty, that are going to help them wade into these waters, and what they shouldn't do, how they should structure a campaign, and really from our fraud mitigation, everything we're doing, make sure that we're you're protected.
So pretty much on either side, for affiliates, they should be doing research, and then advertiser networks should be doing research with who they're going to work with.
Sure.
Pretty much. So make sure you do your research. That's very key. And this industry, I would say, it's a pretty high learning curve, especially when you first get started. So be patient, just keep learning, and you start picking up momentum. And it's a good point to also state that it's not like a get rich quick scheme, work from home, because I do see, even online, a lot of times it's pitched like that.
Yeah. And
I feel like it kind of sucks people in, and they kind of realize the amount of work, and they're like, wait, why am I not making money? I'm losing money.
Exactly. We do have an internal media buying team as well that works on our pay-per-call side. So, we see, I see it every day. Every campaign you run, every campaign you set up is not going to be profitable. And, it takes a lot of work in some cases to optimize a campaign to make it profitable and ensure that it's going to have some longevity. Well, you can't come into this space and just say, I'm gonna start buying Facebook traffic, and it's it's gonna work tomorrow. You bought 1,000 clicks and now you're making thousands of dollars. It's not necessarily the case.
It's a great lesson for everyone out there watching. And so now we just closed out a decade. We are in a brand new year, a brand new decade. What do you think are going to be the biggest opportunities for 2020 and even beyond?
I think, like I talked about before, and this idea of big companies coming into the space, I think that's going to continue, and that's going to continue to offer affiliates the opportunity to work with some of these companies that they maybe wouldn't have ever had the opportunity to work with. So I see that as a trend that's going to continue through this year and beyond. And on the affiliate side, there's more sources of traffic than there ever have been. There's
social media and the internet.
We never know what's going to be the next, traffic source. But I think that you continue to see innovative ways for ads to be put in front of people, and I think that's going to continue and offer more opportunity for the industry.
So pretty much the industry is going to keep growing, and the possibilities are endless now at this point. Lastly, for anyone out there who is interested in working with MaxBounty and wants to get connected, how can they best reach out? Where can they find you online?
You can go to maxbounty.com